Ah, thanks. And I love Fridays. I don't care what temperature it is because it's Party on the Patio, brought to you out by Outdoor Living at Morris Home Furnishings. And this morning, very special guest, Diabetes Dayton. They are holding their annual Big Brews and Blues Festival at Carillon Park. I love that name, by the way. And they are here now to get the party started early with us. It is Susan McGovern. She's the Executive Director of Diabetes Dayton, along with Marty Romy. He books all the musical talent for the big event tonight. Susan, fifth year for this, right?
It is.
And it grows every year, doesn't it?
Every year, yes. This year we have great talent, more craft beers, and just some wonderful local cuisine. It's just a fun evening.
Big Blues and Brews. That's a name. You can't pass that up with a name like that. Is that your idea?
We did come up with that. Big Brew means craft beer, and the beer is all craft, it's all draft, and the blues is just a really, popular music genre, so we've got some great talent.
Speaking of music, Marty, let's talk about what kind of music you booked for tonight's event.
It's going to be all blues, of course, starting with Chris Kopsik. You're going to hear a little bit here. And he does a lot of pre-war traditional blues and everything. And then we got Eric Girardi coming in after that, and then a large band coming from Columbus, Mark May band with Soul Satyr horns. So it's going to be a big wrap-up.
When you're talking $40 in that lineup, that's worth the price of admission right there.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Let's talk about diabetes, Susan. You guys are 100% of all the proceeds of this stays right here in the Dayton area.
Absolutely.
Because you guys are independent,
We
right?
are independent. That means we get to decide how the money's spent, and it all stays in the community, and we are all about helping people live with diabetes every day. So we do camp for kids, we do supplies for the uninsured, and we do accredited free diabetes management classes, all very important if you're living with this disease.
A little bit more about the Camp for Kids. Is that go on all summer?
It's 1 week in the summer, and we have one camp for kids with type 1, and we have another camp for kids with type 2 or pre-diabetes. So it's a fun week where they are having fun with other kids, but also learning how to manage their diabetes.
And how has this gone over in the past? Looking back over, this is the fifth year for this, but what kind of fun did you have in the past years?
Oh my gosh, we have a great time. The very first year when we were just getting our start, it was about 200 people. Last year we were over 1,200 people, so we're really expecting a big crowd this year, and we're ready for them. I think it'll be fun.
It will be fun tonight. I think you're going over 1,200. I have that feeling. Marty, Susan, thanks so much.
Thanks
have fun
having
tonight.
us.
Everybody, get out there. It's only $40, which is, after hearing that lineup, is an amazing price for that. Hey, the Big Brews and Blues, that's tonight, as they said, at Carillon Park. Runs from 5 to 9, right? And tickets are just $40 at the door. And coming up in our next half hour, one of the chefs of the evening is David Boston. He is from Boston's Bistro. Wait till you see what he is cooking up. You're watching Fox 45 in the morning. I don't know. If you're on the patio, I think you have to say it that way.
We are partying on the patio. We got, this is great things. By the way, this is brought to you by Outdoor Living and Morris Home Furnishings. I am here with, David Boston from Boston's Bistro and Pub. Great to see you again.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
We've done this a couple of years ago, so we are preparing for the Big Brews and Blues.
Right.
Great to have you. And
My
what
pleasure.
are you preparing to bring to the table?
Well, what we're doing tonight for Big Brews and Blues is we have our Hungarian smoked kolbas. It's a regular hog casing, very smoked 3 hours, all authentic, no preservatives. We sell it for our pizzas and our sandwiches and our paninis at Boston's. And then we have our kosher Italian soft pretzels from Ronaldo's Bakery. We're grilling it. We're going to be grilling it this weekend at Big Brews and Blues tonight between 5 and 9. Everybody should come out to see some of the finest, only draft beer event in the Miami Valley. And we have 60 pieces of cooperage from concentrating on the Dayton area. We have the finest of the Dayton breweries. Then we have the state of Ohio and throughout the United States.
So you like to bring a little bit of Hungarian flair. What's going to be the difference of this Hungarian sausage compared to, say, if we're going American?
Well, I'm Hungarian, first generation. My mother was born there. My father is Hungarian as well. So it's all hand done, and the fact that it's has no preservatives and it's a fresh killed pork, and you're not going to get anything like it in this part of the state.
So I need to wash this all down. Let's talk a little bit more about the wide variety of beers that we could actually have. The Big Brews, since it is starting off with the blues, of course, just soothing us with some of that musical background.
Absolutely. We have Toxic. We have let's see, Dayton Beer Company. We have Eudora. We have several of all the Dayton breweries, the finest. And then we have the breweries that are all draft. So it's all draft beer event, which is very unusual because we have some cask conditioned ales, which is in a firkin, and it's going to be fine. It's going to be a great event. Everybody should come out. Please come out. We're all under a tent, and there'll be lots of people in that to keep everybody warm.
That's the key right there. It is under a tent. So we could have some spotty rain showers. Don't let it prevent you from heading out. This is going to be a wonderful time. So again, it is going to be tonight. You can see David Boston there. Delicious Hungarian food. Something a little bit different. I've had your food before and you've come in before. Definitely promote it. And of course the brews.
It's time again for Party on the Patio, brought to you by Outdoor Living at Morris Home Furnishings. And although it's starting to sprinkle a little bit, we're still having fun out here because Brews and Blues Festival is tonight at Carillon Park. It starts at 5 o'clock. Not only is there brews, but we're talking about blues right now. We have Chris here, and you are an acoustic blues player. We are so excited to have you. How are you?
I'm good. You? A little chilly?
You're a little cold. Yeah, I feel so bad for you, but at least you have your sweater on. Yeah. But you know what? I think you're going to warm up when you start playing for us. How long have you been playing blues?
About 10 years now.
And talk to me about the whole idea behind blues and kind of the feeling it gives people when they listen to it.
I like this traditional blues stuff. It's finger-picking acoustic guitar. It's generally a solo or a duo with a harmonica player, and I like to play it. I don't know. I hope people feel the same way.
Well, we're going to find out right now. Let's take a little listen to your talent. Right. And what are you going to play for us?
This is a tune I wrote called Sounds of the Highway. You know the sounds of the highway help me sleep through the day. You know the sounds of the highway help me sleep through the day. Until that motel window sunset tells me to get away. I check my reflection in a copper kettle on the stove. Well, I check my reflection in a copper kettle on the stove. Then I ramble just like the steam, fast and loud with nowhere to go. Well, she must have been born with tornadoes in her sleeve. I never seen anybody spin around so fast to leave. Now I got nothing to lose but a couple bent strings that keep my name stuck to a telephone pole.
Woo! All right, Chris. Awesome job.
And I'd rather die by the roadside than spend a lifetime getting old.
And this is what you can listen to tonight. Big Brews and Blues is at Carillon Park. Starts at 5 o'clock, goes till 9. Tickets are $40 at the door. Chris, awesome job.
Thank you.
Really, really good job. Rain's coming down a little bit, but you know what? We're still going to be out here the next half hour because not only is there Big Brews and Blues, there is also wine that we're going to be talking about. So we'll have that for you. Definitely stay tuned.
Time now for our Party on the Patio, sponsored by Outdoor Living and Morris Home Furnishings. Unfortunately, Mother Nature had other plans. You ladies were outside when it started raining, but we're not going to let it put a damper on our fun because it's time for some great wine and food. This Sunday afternoon is the Fleurs. Lisa Grisby is live this morning to talk about it along with Amy from Allied Wines. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
This is a much drier spot to be talking about this. I'll start with you, Lisa. This is an event that showcases wine and food, and it's a big benefit for the AIDS Resource Center.
Absolutely. Heidelberg and Arrow Wine have been putting this event on for about 20 years, and the AIDS Resource Center is lucky enough to benefit from it, and it is an amazing party in the park, and I can promise you, I was watching that weather forecast, no rain on Sunday.
I know, no rain, and I did go to this last year, and we were just chatting. I was shocked at how much wine there was.
Well, it is. It's so well supported by so many of our distributors. We have over 400 wines that people can try, as well as a beer garden, live and silent auctions, live music. It is just a great time at Carillon Park.
And the food selection is pretty good, too.
We do. We have some of the the best independent restaurants in Dayton. Of course, you're going to see Carver's, Jay's, the Oakwood Club, Filio, Amar India is going to be there for the first time this year.
Which is exciting. Chappie's.
There you go. A lot of different choices and a good taste of whatever restaurant's there. But you're there for kind of the wine. So that's why Amy from Allied Wine is going to talk about some of the great selections you can get. And you talked about some of the trending wines now, or kind of what's hot out there.
Well, for summer, rosés are always nice, and there'll be a nice selection of those this year. And then also, too, the Proseccos. We have some great sparklings. And as you pointed out, it's going to be a little chilly this Sunday.
I always like red wine to kind of warm me up.
And the red blends, which are a blend of different grape varietals, are a big trend right now, and we have lots of those to offer. So, as you said, a lot of wine. And there's also the beer garden from Heidelberg Distributing, the Stella Beer Garden. So that's always a great thing to stop by and visit and get a complimentary chalice.
Yeah, and talk about the amount, how much the ticket prices are, because let me tell you, it is a great deal no matter what, because you get so much for it.
Absolutely. If you buy your ticket in advance, it's $70. You can pick them up online or at your favorite wine store. If you're one of those people that procrastinate at the park, it's going to cost you $75. And I want to say that the event starts promptly at 1, and when I say promptly at 1, at 12:30 there will be a line of people.
As I said, I went last year and I was surprised. Probably 150 people in line right there waiting for it to open. And when it opened, that's the scene you see, the picture on your screen. A lot of people walking through, enjoying it. It's under a tent, so you don't have to worry about the weather, although it will be nice. Obviously, a great event, a great cause that it benefits. And we want to remind you that Flora Vin is Sunday afternoon at Carillon Park. As Lisa said, tickets are $75 at the gate. Go out, have a great time, and make sure you have a DD on the way home. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.